Like if you told me push!
I'm here with Arlie Kemmerer. Arlie, 2 podium finishes on the weekend. A little bit different out there today, a little bit more tactical. Talk to me about your race.
We had a bigger group today, which I was actually surprised by because it was, well, maybe because it was less windy. And I guess it was like 6 of us, and we just sort of would break away. 3 of us would kind of go ahead, and then they would catch us again, and then we would break it apart, and then they would catch us again. So it was a bit tactical and a little bit stressful. I don't love pack riding and cross races. That's why I race cross. So it ended up, Caroline attacked again, which I kind of figured she was going to do, and then that sort of shattered us a little bit. And then word on the street is we both rode flat tires for maybe the last quarter of the lap. We didn't know that about each other, which is good. So I had like a slow, I think I had a front flat, and that made the end of the race a little interesting.
So how did you play it coming into the sprint, being a little nervous about that tire?
Well, it took me like a little bit to realize that it was maybe flat, and then I thought, oh man, and it was a front, and I thought, well, at least it'll grip in the corners, but I was also a little bit nervous that maybe it wouldn't because we were going pretty fast in these turns. And I'm like, well, if it holds, I'm just gonna have to get myself to the finishing stretch and like hope for the best, but it was a little bit stressful.
Definitely a stressful finish, but congrats on the podium, 2 podiums this weekend.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Nice. Maybe a little more outside, inside. Inside is good.
I'm here on day 2 of Northampton Cyclocross with Caitlin Bernstein. Caitlin, awesome race out there today. Exciting finish down to the wire with the sprint with 3 of you. Talk to me about your race and how things played out for you.
Yeah, it was super fun. I just really wanted from the start to be either like front wheel or on Caroline's wheel. We do all our pre-riding together and kind of nailed down our lines for the wood section, so I really knew I wanted that wheel or to be in front. And pretty early on we did start opening up some gaps in the back, but people were able to catch back on after, so it was just kind of a game of like staying at the front, keeping the pressure on, trying to switch off the lead a bit. Caroline did a lot of pulling, but super fun up there, fast racing, good group dynamic.
Awesome. And tell me a little bit about the difference between yesterday and today and how things were for you out there in the course.
Yeah, I felt a little bit stronger today, and I was a little more purposeful about getting right to the front and making sure I stayed on wheels. It was just like really important to be right on that wheel, and so every time anybody was standing up sprinting out of a straight, I was like right there and trying to match all of that, and was able to do that a little bit better today, and ended up closer to the front.
Awesome. Well, congrats on the finish today.
Thanks.
I'm here on day 2 of Northampton Cyclocross with our 2-for-2 winner on the weekend, Caroline Nolan. Caroline, totally different race than yesterday, a little bit more of a tight race with the sprint down to the end there. Talk to me about how it played out for you.
Yeah, it was fun. Like, the course was super flowy and really dynamic, and it played to a lot of different people's strengths, and we had a big group to start, and I kind of just wanted to like settle in and see where it went, and we kind of whittled it down to I think like 6, and then you know, I knew like with like 3.5 laps, it was like, okay, this is too big, so I started kind of putting a little more pressure on, kind of taking a couple sections a little harder, and whittled it down to Caitlin and Arlie and I, and we had a really good battle. It was really fun, like a lot of lead changes, a lot of different tactics, and I knew going to the last lap that I had to be in front. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay on the front the whole time, keep the pressure on. I knew that with the 2 run-ups in the back, like you had to go on them first because it was such a short, flat power section after, and so I just kind of like waited and played my time, and yeah, executed how I wanted.
Awesome. Well, perfectly executed. Congrats on the weekend.
Thank you.
Nolan for the win. And I believe that one.
You can squeeze. Yeah. See what
Let's make some noise for our under 20 lead women. And Carolina's jersey.
Out. Lean right in. Make it look good. There you go. Arlene's got the hat off. There you go. All right. Nicely done, lady.